My name is Michael Aller, and today we're looking at the newest update to AllarMod. It's pretty simple, but the work involved was a little complex. But the end result of this update is that now when you target an enemy, you get a target UI box on the right that tells you various stats, and these stats will be able to be extended and show all sorts of information in the future. But the most important thing is the poise meter. So these guys here have no poise, so there's nothing to worry about here. But if we go check out Gunder and get him started up. And we'll see as soon as we target him, we can see his poise. And he starts out with 185 poise. And there's also the poise recovery time on the right, so it lets you know how long you have to not hit him for his poise to reset. So a lot of enemies, this tends to be around 10 seconds, but it does change depending on which enemy you're fighting. And as we can see here, if I reduce his poise down to 0, then it'll block him. Ignore the very not coordinated attack here. So once his poise drops to 0, you get the stagger, and everything works as intended. And this allows you to test things like figuring out how much poise a weapon does. For example, a one-handed club does 25 points of poise damage, and a two-handed club does 33 points of poise damage. And you change to your fist, you can see that just does a different amount of damage. And this works for pretty much any boss, any enemy, any entity in the game, really. So we'll go check out Cinder and take a look at his poise. Get our club back out. So he's got 170 poise, which is 10 less than Gundyr, but Cinder's also got a 12-second recovery time, whereas Gundyr's got 10. So these are sort of the helpful things that you can now kind of see at a glance. I haven't found any reference for a poise meter elsewhere, so if one already exists, then that's cool, and I'd love to hear about it. But this is my attempt at getting some UI for what you're targeted. I think it's pretty cool. Now, again, ignore my fighting here. I'm not very good at this game, but with stuff like this, I think it'll be easier for people like me who don't want to invest a ton of time into grinding out, learning how Dark Souls mechanics work, and sort of have their hand held, and allow them to learn in a safer and easier way, so that people like me can just enjoy the game without trying to commit a ton of stuff to memory. And does it make the game cheaper? Absolutely. But this is a mod, it's a training tool, so what do you expect? But I think it's cool. If you think it's cool, let me know. If you think there's any improvements or any data that you would like to see in this targeted box, that would also be very helpful. And if at any time you don't like having this window here, you can always just turn it off in the AllarMod menu. So that's the newest AllarMod update.